We're here on the northern border of the United States and Canada on Highway 89.
And Glacier National Park is right behind us.
So I'm taking off my everyday travel hat and putting on my adventure hat because the Highway 89 series, The First Good Road, starts right now. This series will document our exploration of the entire 1,900-mile route of U.S. Highway 89. Today we'll visit the spectacular Glacier National Park and discover what this park has to offer the automobile-born tourist. Ride with us on our Highway 89 adventure. Along the way, we'll explain how this highway became to be known as the First Good Road. We have arrived at the border of the United States and Canada in northern Montana. The BAP Border Entry Station is located at the Piegan Port of Entry, where Highway 89 begins. Our Highway 89 adventure will start here. From the Canadian border, Highway 89 runs south through the heart of the Rocky Mountains, all the way to the Mexico border in Nogales, Arizona. As we leave the Piegan Port of Entry, our first point of interest is only a half a mile away. In the early 17th century, the Blackfeet Tribe settled into the region now known as present-day Montana. Their territory once stretched from southern Canada all the way to Yellowstone National Park. The Blackfeet relied heavily on bison hunting for their livelihood. They knew their lands and used only the best paths to get from one hunting ground to another. Trappers, traders, early explorers all used these same paths as they navigated through the formidable Rocky Mountains. Wagon trails became railroad tracks. Railroad tracks became automobile roads. Highway 89 is a direct descendant of the original paths that the Blackfeet Tribe and Native Americans before them used for hundreds of years. In the late 1800s, with European expansion and the near extinction of buffalo, the Blackfeet were forced into reservations in both the United States and Canada. A significant portion of their land became Glacier National Park. As we continue our Highway 89 journey south, a short 10 miles from the Canadian border is the little town of Batt, and the turnoff to the Many Glaciers entrance of Glacier National Park. We're here at Many Glacier Park entry for Glacier National Park. Many Glacier Park entrance is the most northeastern entrance into the park. We'll be exploring this stunning park over the next couple of days. This is just the first entrance we'll visit here at Glacier. We are entering Many Glaciers. Glacier was established in 1910 as the 8th National Park by President William Howard Taft. With shimmering lakes and rugged peaks, Glacier is known as the crown of the continent. Throughout our journey south, we'll highlight things that have changed over the last 100 years since Highway 89 was initially built. And here is a good one. The global retreat of glaciers is one of the more significant things that has changed over the last 100 years. Once home to over 150 glaciers that gave this national park its name, it now has less than 25. Revered as the most beautiful area of Glacier National Park, Many Glacier is as close to the park's backcountry as you can get in a car. With over 700 miles of trails crisscrossing 1 million acres of mountainous terrain, Glacier National Park is the ultimate hiking destination. And Many Glacier is the best of the best. Our Highway 89 journey will not be without a few hikes, but today we'll concentrate on activities reachable by car. One of the best stops in this valley is the majestic Many Glaciers Hotel. Many Glacier Hotel is a fantastic example of the Great Northern Railroad era of spectacular lodge destinations. Built in 1915, its view of Swift Current Lake and the mountains beyond are postcard-worthy. It sits in quiet splendor, a portal to a bygone era of elegance and exploration.
This place is pretty amazing.
We reluctantly leave this most gorgeous place. Highway 89 awaits us. The plan is to head for Browning, pass the St. Mary Park entrance, and save the spectacular Going to the Sun Road for tomorrow. Along the way, we find another interesting pullover and an ominous view. This pullover is on a small plateau with expansive views of the eastern Glacier Mountains and overlooking views of the valley below. It was used by the Blackfeet Tribe as a rest point. With Highway 89 situated directly beside this rest stop, it further reinforces the idea that this section of the 89 route was built upon the footsteps of generations of Native Americans. The views from the lookouts are absolutely gorgeous, but smoke from a nearby wildfire has discolored the mountains.
Look at all the smoke. Golly, there's got to be a fire close by. I've not seen it this smoky yet on this entire trip.
Wow, I hope Apgar or the other side isn't on fire.
It sure looks like it's close.
Yeah, it looks like it can't be that far away.
You know, it's a little better over here, but really bad right straight ahead of us.
Right in Glacier National Park, it looks bad.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully it's...
Right, because right through there is going to the Sun Road, so it's like right on the other side of that, and that's...
We continue heading south towards Browning, where we'll end our day's drive on Highway 89 and take the roundabout back towards camp. Along the way, we pass some misbehaving horses.
Just say the horses are loose.
Oh my gosh, the horses are loose! We're in the middle of nowhere, these poor horses. I hope those guys on the quads are out. I hope they're out gonna pick up those poor horses.
This roundabout intersection is on the north side of Browning. We'll take the West Highway 2 exit back towards Glacier National Park. We'll reconnect and continue our Highway 89 journey south in a couple of days, right here at this roundabout. But before we head back to camp, we have two places we need to visit that are important to the history in this area. First up is Marias Pass on the Continental Divide, just south of Glacier National Park on Highway 2. It's the northernmost pass in the United States that's open to automobile traffic year-round. At an elevation of 5,216 feet, it's the lowest crossing of the Continental Divide between Canada and New Mexico. We pull into a historical marker parking lot where the obelisk centerpiece stands tall and proud. It was built in 1931 to commemorate the completion of the Great Northern Railway's Continental Line. This railroad was a major influence in the creation of Glacier National Park. At the time, they felt it was important to keep pace with Canadian Pacific's Grand Lodges in Canada and Union Pacific's properties in Yellowstone and the Grand Canyon. The Great Northern Railroad lobbied heavily for the creation of Glacier and the rights to build lodges in and around the national park. Our next stop is the Glacier Park Lodge, a destination where these railroad tracks brought trainloads of visitors to their glacier vacations for decades. Glacier Park Lodge is located at the eastern gateway of Glacier National Park in the small town of East Glacier, Montana. This rustic, western-themed lodge was built within walking distance of the main line of the Great Northern Railroad. The railroad started construction in 1912 and was the first lodge built here in Glacier. Inside this historic hotel, Douglas fir logs tower over the lobby. A warm fire crackles in the giant stone fireplace. Guests gather in quiet conversation, sharing stories of their day's adventures. With no televisions and no air conditioning, guests instead soak in grand views of the beautiful Glacier Mountains and breathe in the fresh Montana mountain air. Just a short walk down the beautiful garden path is the train station that visitors used to get to this majestic lodge. Although it's currently under renovation, Amtrak still has a scheduled stop here. Our long first day ends as we drive back into the park at the Two Medicine entrance to return to our camp. At this time of day, wildlife is abundant. If you can count free-roaming cows as wildlife. One could argue that tourists are a form of wildlife too. Back in the campground, we came across a family of mountain goats. Throughout the day today, we have seen wildfire smoke settle into the glacier area. As the sun set, it became obvious a wildfire was near.
Kind of an ominous sky tonight. The sun is set. We've got a little bit of blue sky over here, but not much. And it gets oranger and oranger as it goes by over here. All those fires and all the smoke. I can smell it, I can taste it. It's crazy. Orange. It's just an orange, sick sunset tonight. I think we're gonna turn in. We got a bunch of stuff planned for tomorrow. We'll see what the morning brings us.
Day 2 of our Highway 89 adventure dawned calm and quiet, with high clouds floating peacefully by. Thankfully, the wildfire smoke seems to have drifted another direction. First up is a quick breakfast burrito. Then we pack up and head out. It looks like it'll be a great day to explore the Going to the Sun Road. We enjoy driving over tall mountain passes in our Jeep. There's a whole bunch of them in Colorado. Going to the Sun Road is as good as any of them, maybe even better, because it's paved. Its western terminus is located at U.S. Route 2 in West Glacier, while the eastern terminus is at U.S. Highway 89 here at St. Mary. This is also a good place to tank up with some gas and get an ice cream before entering the park.
Hi there, thank you.
Can I come back and guide?
No, we got it. Thank you.
The Sun Road, as it is sometimes referred to, is the only road that traverses the park. It crosses the Continental Divide at Logan Pass at an elevation of 6,646 feet. Construction began in 1921 and was completed in 1932. Prior to the construction of the road, visitors would spend several days traveling through the central part of the park, an area that now can be driven by car within a few hours, excluding any stops for sightseeing, of course. It's approximately 50 miles long and named after the Going to the Sun mountain, which dominates the view at Logan Pass. Going to the Sun Road is notable as the first National Park Service project specifically intended to accommodate the automobile-borne tourist. This place is breathtaking. There's just so much to see. But it's time for a pit stop, and Lake McDonald Lodge is a good place to take a quick break. The Lewis Glacier Hotel was constructed by John Lewis, a land speculator from Columbia Falls, Montana. It was completed in 1914 on the same foundations of the original Snyder Hotel, and now is the general store. In 1930, the Great Northern Railway acquired the hotel, and later, in 1957, changed its name to Lake McDonald Lodge. Next, we hit the dirt again to see two spectacular examples of alpine lakes on the west side of Glacier. Polebridge Mercantile has been serving this North Fork River community in remote northwestern Montana for over 100 years. Known as the North Fork's last best outpost, it serves as a general store, a bakery, a base camp, and a vacation getaway. The northwestern entrance station to Glacier is located here. Plan ahead, as even way up here, you will need a car pass during peak summer hours. First up is Bowman Lake, approximately 6 miles from the Polebridge entrance on a narrow, unpaved road.
There's a deer right there.
Bowman is the third largest lake in Glacier, after Lake McDonald and St. Mary Lake. There's a small lakeside campground and a picnic area that's a great place to enjoy lunch. During the last ice age, glacial action carved valleys and left behind moraines. After the glaciers retreated, the meltwater filled the lowest depressions, creating all these beautiful lakes we see here in Glacier. Even further north, a couple miles, on more dirt roads, is Kintla Lake. It's very remote, with a small, undeveloped campground at the west end of the 8-mile-long lake. Immersed in spectacular scenery, you might forget that the mountains to the north are in Canada. We finished the day with a quiet, introspective drive back to camp. Our time here at Glacier National Park is at its end. We hope you enjoyed our exploration of the crown of the continent. Although we've driven plenty over the last few days, we've only driven 50 miles on Highway 89. We still have a long way to go. Tune in next time for day 3 of our journey as we say goodbye to Glacier. We'll head south towards Great Falls and discover the existence of dinosaurs on Highway 89.